Hello folks, Sarkzy here. I'm making this video as a supplement to my guide on GameFAQs for Yakuza 6, The Song of Life on the PS4. But really this guide can work for just about any Yakuza game that has Mahjong in it. If there are two things that never change in life, it's war and Mahjong. So the reason I'm making this video is because Mahjong is one of the things that I constantly see people struggle to grasp, and I get it, really. It honestly took me about 5 Yakuza games to get savvy on it to the level I'm at, so I certainly feel your struggle. Now, all my Yakuza guides have a section describing how to play Mahjong written out in text form, so feel free to pull that up for any reference you might need if you're not watching this from the guide already. The main point of this video is actually not to give you a full and complete tutorial covering every possible aspect. Basically, this video is just for people who learn by watching, and you're just basically going to watch me play a quick game all the way through and let you focus in on any strategies that I have, describe what I'm doing as I'm doing it and why I'm doing it. So this is where I put a disclaimer that I'm not an expert in Mahjong by any means. I learned from Yakuza games and really only started figuring things out about a year ago, pretty much. Still, I do have some pretty basic tips to cover that can help just about anyone, so I hope you take this to heart as you learn the game, because honestly, once it clicked for me, Mahjong turned out to be really enjoyable and a lot of fun. So here we are in Modern Mahjong on Senrio Avenue in Yakuza 6. Depending on the game, actual entry into Mahjong might require you to purchase some Mahjong sticks from the guy at the counter. Yakuza 6 skips this, so just stroll up to any table you want to play at and approach the guys at the table, and they will ask if you're interested in playing.
Mahjong 打ちませんか?
So, the buy-in for that is 25,000 yen.
参加するなら
So I'm just going to go right ahead and
25,000
give you a quick strategy right now. I'm going to go right ahead and save the game because Mahjong buy-in is actually kind of expensive. So if you want to avoid losing a lot of money by a big loss, move your save game to a different file. Once you do that, then you will then move to start auto-saving on that file, and you can, if you get a big loss, you can go back to the main menu, open up the old file, and then that will let you go on again and try again if you want without any big losses. But regardless, we're going to jump in, put another 25,000 yen, and play Mahjong in the medium table.
やっていこう。それじゃあ、25,000 円いただき。
So one of the things right off that Yakuza 6 does really well is they throw out Mahjong Basics right at the beginning. I'm actually roundly impressed with the work the localization team have done in putting up some good rules, good explanations on hands, more so than previous iterations. So one thing I'm going to start right away is go right to the Mahjong Tiles. So there are 3 suits to Mahjong Tiles, circles, bamboo, and characters. Yakuza 6 does you the good deed of giving you numbers in the top left corner, but no other Yakuza game does that. So take a good look at these symbols here, just so you recognize 1 through 9 what each of the suits cover. There's a bit of a mnemonic to some of them. I explain it in the text in my guide, but the good news in Yakuza 6, we don't have to worry about that. So these are the suited titles. There go 1 through 9 for each of the suits, and there are 4 of each tile. And then there's the honors. The honors are the 4 winds, east, south, west, and north, and 3 dragons, white, green, and red. These are still, again, 4 of each in a deck. There's just only 7 altogether of the honors. So we're going to back out right now of the rules here and just go right into the game. Right now. So I am playing with my hand here. I'm looking not bad already, but I'm just going to leave it here for a while and let everyone kind of yell at me while I kind of pause a little to look at my hand here. So we're going to go over, notice that your hand is automatically sorted. On the left of your characters, then are your bamboos, and then your circles, then your honors, so your winds and then your dragons. This tile was the one I drew from the stack. So play goes basically around the horn, drawing from the draw pile, and your objective in Mahjong is to form a complete hand. And the most typical way of forming a complete hand and going out is very similar to the card game of Rummy. your objective is to make sets, or as I like to call them, melds. So basically you are making melds, which are, you need to make 4 melds and a pair to go out in Mahjong. So that's, out of your 14 tiles you can see here, 4 of those have to be sets of 3 and then a pair. So there are 2 types of sets of 3 you can have. There is the triplet, which is 3 of the exact same type of tile, and there are what I call runs, which are basically tiles of the same suit in order. So you'll notice I have a run right away. I have a 4, 5, and 6 of circles. Actually, I have 2 potential runs because I have a 5, 6, and 7 circles, so that's kind of nice to start with. Note exactly that there is no such thing as a 4-tile run. This run is either 4, 5, 6 or 5, 6, 7, not one complete run of 4 that is not a legal meld. So that's one thing to start with right now. So as we try to make 4 melds in a pair, we're basically pulling from the draw pile, getting a tile up here, and then deciding which one we're going to keep and which one we're going to discard. So I got a North Wind. I'm not particularly enthused with getting a North Wind right now, so I'm just going to ditch that right away because I've got some other kind of runs set up here. So I'm ditching North. I'm going to go around the horn a bit. Looks like I got a 2 of characters. You can see over there on the left I got 8 and 9. That's not going to do me much good, honestly, because I'm kind of looking more for a 7. So we'll ditch the 2 right now. Here we go. So, right away, we have an opportunity to steal. I think the first rule I want to get out there out in front of everyone else, don't steal unless absolutely necessary. So if you see a prompt come up and say chi, or if you see a prompt come up and say pawn, take a minute to think, because if you steal, it makes your chances for going out and winning the round a lot harder. The price of stealing is basically that you have far fewer possibilities for going out. Without stealing, you can basically take whatever you want, and as long as it's a legal hand, you can more or less go out. But with stealing, your options shrink. So if I took a chi right now, basically be forcing a meld with the 6, 7, and 8 of circles. And I don't want to do that right now, so I'm just going to cancel. So I got a 5. That 5 of bamboo is not going to fit too well between the 1 and 2, or the 8 and 9, so I'm just going to ditch it. Interesting, I got a 5. So one of the rules I have turned on is red Dora. So if I have red tiles, they're all 5s, by the way, so if I have one of the red tiles and I go out, that's worth extra points. But that's not really going to apply right now, and to be perfectly honest, actually we might just keep that just for having something to play with, because it's looking like neither Green Dragons nor South Winds are going to be very good, because you'll see at the top there a Green Dragon has already been discarded, and on the right there a South Wind has already been discarded. So I'm actually going to discard the Green Dragon. The reason that and not the South Wind is because my current wind is South. You can see it next to my name there in the middle. So let's toss a Green Dragon. Looks like we got an 8. That's good, because that's going to work as a pair there. So I am actually going to ditch that other South now. Now I got an East. I have no reason to keep that. I mean, I could keep that. It is the prevailing wind. You can see it in the center. That's the prevailing wind for the hands. But I am not really going to do it for this hand. I could ditch the red dragon. Okay, we got a 2 of circles. Not too much to do with that. This hand isn't looking all that great right now, but we'll ditch it and we'll see what happens. I got a lot of terminals here. You can see I got the 9 and the 1 and another 9, so it's not really... I got another 9 though, so having 2 8s and 2 9s, I mean, on its own it's not much, but it's... I can do some stuff with it if I get the third 9. You can see the third 9 there on the dead wall, so maybe the 9's not the best idea, because there's only one other 9 in the entire, deck, and I don't know where it is. So we're going to ditch this 9. And now I got another 3. 3 is, this is good. So I have a 3, 4, 5, or 5, 6, 7, so that gives me more options. I am going to ditch my red dragon. Yes, I agree. The draws are garbage. Alright, awesome. I have a 1, 2, and 3 of bamboo now. So I am going to, I think, ditch the 9 of bamboo. Because always ditch terminals if you're looking to ditch parts of runs, because, terminals is only one way to make a run. With an 8, I can make a 6, 7, 8, or a 7, 8, 9. With a 9, I can only make a 7, 8, 9. So I'm ditching the 9. And I might ditch the 8 anyways, too. I think it's a bit nicer. Well, there you go. This is how the Mahjong game could just get on your case and make a mess out of everything you're trying to plan. I would ditch that 9 too, despite the fact that it would have helped me more. Here's another stealing opportunity. And it's an interesting one, too. But I don't think I'm going to take it. It's a pawn, which basically means a triplet. If I take that 8, I'll have a triplet of 3 8s. I'll put those aside. And again, as I said before, it's going to make my options much fewer. So I'm going to skip that option. And now I have a 7. So that's actually pretty good. Now I'm going to ditch that 8, because now I have 7, 8, and a 9. Pretty decent. Another cheat opportunity with a 4. I'm not going to take it. Here's a 7. I think I'm going to keep this and ditch the 8, because maybe I can make a 5, 6, 7. Maybe. You never know. Another cheat opportunity, which I could take. That would give me a 3, 4, 5, and another 5, 6, 7. But again, it's not really the best policy at this point. I'm going to ditch that 1. I don't really need it. This hand is going pretty quietly. No one's declared Ricci yet. So ditch that 8. Look, another 8. Go figure. This 4, I am going to hang on to, and I'm going to, at long last, ditch this 5. It's not doing anything for me. In fact, I see 6s that I've been discarded anyway, so that wouldn't help me regardless. Another green dragon, which I won't be using. And looks like we're going to end up in a draw. So, looks like, yeah, not much I can do about this. Oh, there's another 5. How fun. But with this, you can see the draw pile there. Just above East 1, to the upper left, you can see the 0. Next to the tile, that's the draw pile, and I don't have anything to play with that. So drop this. We're going to have a draw. Nobody's going to go out this round. And essentially, there's going to be some points that get distributed. So in this case, the guy at West, habitually in line June, is going to get points. Why is he going to get points? Because he is actually 1 tile away from going out. So anyone who is 1 tile away from going out at the draw will get 3,000 points split up between however many players. So it's only June in this one, so he's the only one who gets the points, and they come from the other players, of course. If 2 players were 1 tile away, they would get 1,500 each, and minus 1,500 from the other 2 players, and so on and so forth. If nobody has anything close to going out, then they're not going to get any points. So I lose 1,000, everybody else loses 1,000, and June gets 3,000 for that. That's what happens in a draw situation. Alright, we're going to go again. Looks like the draw table has shifted. I am now East Wind. So now I think we're going to bring up the dead wall there. Right in the middle, below that thing that says East 2, is the dead wall. Notice there's an overturned tile on it. That is the 3 of bamboo. That is a Dora Indicator. Like Dora the Explorer, just not quite exactly. Dora is basically a way to get bonus points. So when you see a Dora Indicator, if when you go out in your hand you have the next tile in sequence, that means you'll get extra Dora for however many of that tile you have. So we have a 3 of a bamboo on the dead wall, and I have a 4 of bamboo. So if I hang on to that 4 and I go out, I will get an extra Dora point for that. And that's only going to look like anything useful once I actually go out. But that's how Dora works, basically next in the sequence going up. If the Dora Indicator is a 9, the actual tile that's Dora is a 1. And winds and dragons can also be Dora as well. If a wind is a dragon, like for the East Wind is the Dora Indicator, then it goes in a clockwise direction. So if East was the Dora Indicator, then South would be the actual tile that's Dora. If West was a Dora Indicator, then North would be the tile that's Dora, and so on. In the case of dragons, the mnemonic I use is that you track it alphabetically by the word of the color. So if a red dragon is on the dead wall, then a white dragon is a Dora Indicator. If a green dragon is on the dead wall, then a red dragon is an indicator, and so on. So for right now, I drew a 5. That's pretty good, because now I have a 3, 4, 5 of a run, and I'm going to ditch that other 3. Probably not the best move, but again, I don't claim to be a champion at this. I probably could have ditched that 1 character or that 8 circle, and it would have made more sense. But for now, we're going to throw caution to the wind, and I don't like this tile, personally. Okay, now I have a 3 of characters. I think I'm going to keep that and ditch the 8, just in case I feel like setting something up over there with the characters. East Wind, I think I will keep that. There were no other East Winds in the discard, so I don't have to worry too much about that. I will instead ditch a West Wind because the guy on the left ditched one. Okay, another 3. I think I'll keep that too. And I think I will ditch instead the White Dragon. I got a 6. Still not bad. And now I'm going to ditch the Red Dragon because the Red Dragon got ditched. So so dragons are each worth 1 point. They're called Han, but we'll get to that if someone actually goes out, so I can show you how it's calculated. But if you have a trio of dragons when you go out, that is worth 1 Han, and that will get you points. Let's see. So I got a 6 of circles. I'm not going for circles, so heck with it. Moving on. Again, watch me get a million circles now. Okay. So, looks like June over there on the side just declared Ricci. What that means is that June is 1 tile away from winning, and he is putting down that stick above his name there to bet 1,000 points that he can win. Basically, that freezes his hand, and he can't take any more tiles. Sorry, he can't adjust his hand. He'll keep taking tiles like before as he draws, but he's just hoping he'll get that 1 tile that he needs. Or it could be another type of, multiple types of 1 tile, maybe. I don't know. I can't see his hand, so I don't know exactly what he needs. But basically, he's declaring that he's not going to do any more adjustments to his hand until he gets the tile that he needs. Also, I have a pawn opportunity here, which I'm not going to take. I have a third 3. I'm going to ditch the 1. So now I have a triple of 3. Oh, and he won. So, heck with all this. Okay, so, what do we got here? You just watch this for a second. I'll tally up. He's got a good stretch of things here. So I'm just going to take a second here and describe how all that worked. So he declared Ricci, which meant he was 1 away, and I'm pretty sure it was that green dragon. That 3rd green dragon was the one that got him the win. So what he had beforehand was the 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8 of bamboo. He had a pair of 1s in the circle, he had a 3, 4, 5 of circles, and he had 2 green dragons. So he was waiting for either a 1 of circles or a 3rd green dragon to win. He got the green dragon, that's how he won. The Ricci, he got 1 Han for Ricci because he declared it. He got 1 Han for Ipatsu. So he got Ipatsu because he was able to go out on his next draw. If you can go out before your next draw, that's another bonus point for getting Ipatsu. That's actually that's something you have to get in Yakuza 0 and Yakuza Kiwami in order to get a certain completion metric. So that's the kind of thing that's really only happens by luck and by, max possible of getting of possibility tiles you could get. Fully concealed hand means he didn't declare any. He didn't declare any steals, and he got Atsumo. Atsumo means he was dealt the tile, and that he did not steal from anyone, so that's why he got the fully concealed hand bonus. Green dragons, like I said before, if you have 3 dragons, it's an extra Han. And he got a Dora as well because he had a 4 of bamboo. Now, also notice up there, not only is the Dora marked, which was because there was a 3 on the dead wall, but also there's an Ura Dora. Because he declared Ricci, he has access to Ura Dora. So the dead wall, actually, let's go right ahead. No, let's not go right ahead. But let's note the fact that the dead wall was 5 tiles across. Now, that's actually 10 tiles because there are 5 tiles below it. So Ura Dora is the dead wall tile below the one that's already flipped over. Because he declared Ricci, he could not only access Dora, but also the Ura Dora beneath it. So that was helpful for him because that was 2 of bamboo under that. Actually, it wasn't helpful for him, didn't get anything out of it, and you'll never know what you're going to get out of an Ura Dora, but it's always worth the idea to go Ricci, just so you might have access to that. So all those points added together, the 5 Han, if you get 5 Han or more, it's immediately declared a Mangan, and you get 8,000 points globally. Less than that, it's actually a much more complicated way of trying to add up points, but in this case, it's not going to be a big deal. So note that June got 8,000 points, plus 1,000 for betting 1,000. I'm not entirely sure what that extra 300 was from, but we'll just assume it looks... Oh yeah, I can hide the window. So I can hide the window, and that dead wall in the middle, that's actually 10 tiles. And the Uradora, that 2 of bamboo, that was his Uradora, that was beneath the 3 of bamboo. So that's how you know that. Anyway, so June 1, doing well for himself. Nice. Great, good for you. Next round. Yeah. So notice I couldn't really do much there. Sometimes that's life. Sometimes you just try to win. Somebody wins first, and you just gotta suck it up and move on to the next round. Alright, this hand is kind of garbage. It's not awful, but it's not really giving me much. I'm going to ditch this 9. And the 1. Don't really like any of that. Okay, so I got a 6 now. I think I'm going to take that so I can use it with the 7 over here. I'm instead going to ditch the 9. So the reason I'm going to ditch the 9, I mean, you say, hey, what if you get an 8? Well, if I have an 8, I already have a 6, so I get a 6, 7, 8, and that's all I really care about, is getting a thing. I don't need a 9, particularly. So I'm going to ditch the 9. Cheat possibility, and I'm going to forgo it, even though it would have been kind of nice, but this early in the round, you don't want to declare stealing too early unless it's going for a really high-scoring hand. So no. I got 5 characters and ditching it. White dragon. Yeah, so I got 1 each dragon. That's not worth anything. Don't even bother with that. Don't feel like you should get 1 of every dragon and think it's going to mean something. It won't. It won't, except in the case of a very special hand, which I'll cover a bit later. Actually, I don't have that. But moving on, I'm going to ditch the white dragon. In fact, I'm going to ditch all these dragons people getting rid of. Hidekazu up there, declared Riichi. Good for him, but it doesn't give me anything to go off of. I am going to not declare Chi. Oh good, I got 3rd Peacock, so that's at least something to go off of there. I'm going to ditch this 9, I think, yeah. 3's not going to do any good. There's another Chi. I think I will avoid. Northwind. Is there anything else I want to ditch? Yeah, I probably should ditch all these dragons. Red dragon. Yeah, ditch that 9. Like the 9 in the first place. Eastwind. Don't need to deal with that. Okay, I got another Northwind. That's nice. Let's ditch the green wind. Green dragon, rather. Ditch that 8. Don't need an 8. 9. I'm actually kind of glad another guy got a Riichi first so I can explain it. Otherwise, I would be explaining it while the game shifted into high gear, and that's going to be tough to follow. Being dealt quite a few characters, despite me not going for characters, so welcome to life. Let's see. We're getting pretty late in the hand. Only 8 draws left. I am going to take this north wind, steal it, and I'm going to ditch a south. See, even if I don't win, if I get 1 away when there's a draw, I still get those points. So I'm going to start stealing like a bandit here. So I'll take that 5 and drop 3. I got a 7, which does me nothing. Now, also, okay, draw, and I don't get anything for this because I'm not 1 away. Only Hidekazu is 1 away, so he gets a 3,000. Just to show you, if you can see it there at the bottom, I have a 2, a 3, a 5, and a 6. If I got a 4, if I got a 7, if I got a 1, it still wouldn't have been enough to go out, because remember, I need a pair. It's not enough to just have 4 melts, I have to have a pair as well. So, that's a draw round. We're going to move on. Winds have shifted, I'm west now. Ooh, look at that. Okay, oh my goodness. So, I mean, it's not a brilliant hand, but, man, it's not a bad start. 2 red dragons, 2 2s, 2 3s, 4 5 6, and a 9. That's almost as much as a full straight. So, Yakuza 0 and Yakuza Kiwami ask you to get a full straight for a complete metric. What that basically is 1 2 3, 4 5 6, 7 8 9, all of the same suit. And then another meld and a pair. And the way to get that, basically, you can steal to make a full straight if you're going for that in one of those games. But it's important to note that if you're going to steal, you have to make a 1 2 3, a 4 5 6, or 7, 8, 9. If, for example, you steal to make a 3, 4, 5, that won't work for your full straight. Because what a full straight technically is 3 melds, 3 runs in a row, a 1, 2, 3, a 4, 5, 6, and a 7, 8, 9. And no other combination, so that's what you have to rely on for that. But in this case, I don't think I'm going to go for the full straight because it looks like I'm dealt some pretty good stuff down here already on the right. But still, I'm going to ditch the green dragon anyway. It'll be harder to make. Alright, I got a 4. Oh, look at this! So, here's another interesting thing. Now I have 2 2s, 2 3s, and 2 4s. That's a matching run, and that's extra points. So, that's not bad. I'm going to ditch the 5 of circles and see what else happens. I could take a chi and get a 1. I'm not going to do that because that's stealing at this point is not going to serve any good purpose for me. 5 of bamboo, not going to really do anything. Northwind. No. I could pawn on the 4th, another 4. Oh, here's another interesting thing. So, for stealing, I can only take his 4 as a pawn. Notice I have, a 5 and a 6 in my hand. So you're probably asking, Sir, why can't you take it for a chi? The reason being is you can only take from one player for a chi, and that's the player to your left. So Nohara is the only person I can take chis from. From other players, I can take pawn from everyone, but only chi from the player to your left. That's important to note. I'm not going to take this tile because I'm in still pretty good shape regardless. I can still get a 7. No one's going to, there's a good chance of that. No 7s are on the discard, so I'm going to ditch that. See what else we can scare up here. 2 of circles. No circles. Not today. Not for me. 7 of bamboo. Nope. I mean, this is a good setup, but I could still fail. Ah! Excellent. So, now I have a 1, 2, 3 bamboo, a pair of 2 red dragons, 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s, and a 5 and a 6. What am I going to do? I'm going to press square. So, as you get closer to getting a winning hand, it's a good idea to maybe tap square every once in a while, because if you tap square, that's how you know if you can set up for reach. I just tapped square right now, and it gave me that reachy option. So I am going to declare reachy. I'm going to do that because I want to show you the cutscene for what happens when you declare reachy. It's going to say, hey, well, so what do you want to discard? Sometimes you might have an option of what you want to discard to declare reachy. In my case, I only have the 9. But if you see there on the left, I have winning tiles left. There's 2 1s out in the wild, 1 4, and 4 7s. So if any of those pop up, then I have a winning hand. So I'm going to get rid of this 9, declare Ichi. Get ready. Ugh. Yes, we are good as go time. We have kicked into high gear. And I'm not doing anything, this is all going by itself because I'm only looking for 1 of potential items here. You don't really have to keep your eye open for it, it'll do it for you. So check it out. There's a 1 up there. Now here's an interesting thing, and this is actually very interesting right now, because I have a decision to make. Now you might think, oh, there's the 1, I need that, I'm going to go and take that and go out. But that will negate my 2s, 3s, and 4s together because it'll actually create a 1, 2, a 3, a 2, 3, 4, and a 4, 5, 6. So, for the sake of the fact that I'm in last place right now, I'm going to go for it. You know what? Heck with it. We're having fun here. We're all having fun. I'm going to not go for it. We're going to continue this ride around and see if it gets up better. Whoop, did declare Richie too, Nohara. So here we go. Oh man, I'm going to be regretting this a lot, aren't I? I did 4 or 7. 4 or 7, we can do it. I know we can do it. Oh man. Oh, I'm still regretting this. Oh, no, just a pawn. He just stole. And I failed. I failed hard. I should have taken the Ron. But, hey, that's life, you know? And hey, I got some points anyway, because I had declared Richie, I was 1 away from winning, so I get part of the 3,000 for the drop. So, take the 1,500. Oh, game's over. So, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm at the bottom, so what happens to me? I lose a lot of money. Oh, good. Thank you for the experience. But, so what that just happened just now was called the UMA. So, UMA is applied, or basically bonus points for getting certain ranks. Third player doesn't gain or lose anything. Sorry, second player doesn't gain or lose anything. First player gains a whole bunch. Third player and fourth player lose points. So basically I've lost all 25,000 of the yen that I put towards this game. So that was kind of a bust, wasn't it? So in order to keep things kind of moving here, I think I'll give another shot. Remember, folks, if you don't have a capture card, you can only take 30 minutes of PlayStation video at a time, so that's part of the fun. So we're back, and we're going to play another game. Do one more game, and we're going to see if we can do better on this. And it's going to load faster because I'm not going to be going specifically over the concept of each tile so much. So, moving on here. Not bad setup to start with, actually. I ditched this 8, I think. I had the 2 8s and 2 9s, 2 6s, a 1 and a 2. I'm not going to cheat. It even offers me to cheat, even though I already have a 4, 5, and a 6 of the circles. But I think we'll keep that 7 just in case. I'm going to ditch the red dragon because I just don't feel like it's lucky right now. I have a third 8 option. I'm not going to take it. I'm not playing bamboo, so I'm going to ditch the 7. Pawn option for the 9. Not taking it. 2. I'm going to take that. Ditch the white dragon. Yep. Nope. Stop throwing me bamboo. Actually, you know, this is an interesting idea. There's special types of hands you can make. One of the special types is 7 pairs. I have 4 pairs right now. If I get a 5th, I'm probably going to go for 7 pairs. That's worth 2 Han, which is kind of cheap way to get it, but it's a valid hand. Legitimate strategy. Yep, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, never mind all that. We're just going to dump a 1. Possibility taking a 7, I'm not taking it. Ditch that 2. Not close enough to help. Okay, that person stole a north wind for no reason. Should I start stealing? Probably not. Even though I am not in a bad place, it's still not going to be winning hands with what I have. Alright, now I have a 4, 5, 6, and a 6, 7, 8. So, now I have 4 pairs, now I have to start getting triplets here because nothing else is going to help me. So, what do I pick to get rid of? Looking through the tiles, the 2 8s are already in the discards, so I'm getting rid of 8s. Oh man, this does not look good for old Sark. There goes another 6, and there's already a 9 out there too. And it's the third reach. And a pawn. There's stuff going all over the place here. 21 tiles left. I'm not going to start stealing yet, but note that I am not far off from stealing because looking at... Oh, that's the last 2, isn't it? You know what? Might as well. Hopefully I'll get close enough to get a draw at least. So let's do that. Get rid of the 8. And then I don't think a 6 or a 9 will help me win, but at least keep me 1 away. Oh, look at that! Toss on a tile. I get Rondon. This is really not me putting in a good showing for my video here, but you know what? We're having fun. So 1 pawn for Ricci because he had one of those. 3 pawn for Dora because he had a red Dora, he had the 7, and he had the 8. So, not bad for him. And he took it all from me, so I'm in last place. Go figure. Next up, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. 5, 6, 8, 9, 2 6s in the south. Well, that's pretty good. We'll keep that, and we'll probably ditch the south wind. Isn't bad, actually. We can work with this. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. Crumbs, what should I do? Let's ditch this, let's ditch the 9 of bamboo. I think I might try going for a full straight on this one. We'll see what happens. I feel bad doing this, but maybe I should just ditch this 8. Yeah, heck with it. We'll go for a full straight, see what happens. Who's gonna stop us? No, I don't want that Chi. That's not the one I want. Oh, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Now I just need the 6. In fact, I can declare Ricci, and I think I will. I can either declare the 5 bamboo or the 8 bamboo for Ricci, and 3 tiles and 3 6 tiles are still in the wind, so I could win off either of those. So we're gonna, it doesn't matter which one of these 2 we ditch, neither is worth more points than the other, so we'll ditch the 8. Ricci! So I'm looking for the 6, is what I really, really want, but I will win with a 3, and that's fine. It won't be a full straight, but a win is a win. You know what? This has not been my day. Not been my day at all. Goodness me. One for the Ricci, one for the Dora, forget the 6, and that's it for that. Not a very high-scoring hand, but still took the points from me. Because that's what a Ron will do. A Ron will take points from the person that got stolen from, and a Sumo will take points from everybody else. So I have an option for the 5 for Chi. Nope, not taking that. That'll make 2 9s. Why not? This early in the round. That's nothing to sneeze at. Chi for that? Nope. Denied. I am instead going to start getting rid of these bamboo because they are naughty in my sight. That's another 8, so I'll get rid of the 2 bamboo. I have 2 8s, 2 9s. Looks like a south and a north. I'll get rid of the south. I don't need that. East. No, thank you. Probably gonna get rid of that north wind too. No, I don't think I'll be doing that. I got another 6. This is kind of weird. So now I have a 2 3. So I'm gonna get rid of the north wind. Still options to play with here, depending on what rolls. I am going to get rid of that 8. Thank you. Oh. No, someone just grabbed a 7 up there. Huh. 6. Pass. Nope, not White Dragon. Not playing dragons today. I have a pawn option. I want to take it. I don't think I do. Another pawn option. This one's 2 Dora. Honestly, looking at this, I don't know if the Dora will be enough for me to win, because Dora might get reduced, or Dora is applied after. Because remember, Dora is bonus. I think Dora is applied after you win, so I could be wrong on this, so I might end up being corrected. But if I stole, it still might not be enough to win. So I would not take it. Instead, I got another 9. And I think I am going to get rid of the 2 here. This could be a mistake, but I've been known to make them. Stealing all over the place. What a mess. I'm the only one with a fully concealed hand still. How about that? Don't know how much that's worth in the grand scheme of things. Oh, there's a 1. Didn't want to get rid of that too, but oh well. Here. So now I have the option of a Chi or a pawn. And I don't think I think I'll pass. It's risky, but I think I'll pass anyway. Now I have 2 3s. So I think... let's see, what do we got for 8s? There's an 8 out. 8 that's been discarded on the left side, and that's it. What about 6s? I don't see any 6s that have been dropped, so I'm gonna hold out hope that either a third 6 or a third 3 will come my way, and I'll ditch the 8. Ditch that. Pawn option for a 9. I probably should be taking it at this point. Oh. Let's just do it. And what am I going to get rid of? I'm going to get rid of a 6. Because now I have a 6, 7, 8, 2 3s, and 2 5s. It's probably not going to be a winning hand if a 3 or a 5 3 of characters or a 5 of a circle shows up. Oh, doesn't matter anyway. Round's over. I think that was a steal. So we got White Dragon. No, just White Dragon. That's all he got. That was enough to declare, because the White Dragon is worth 1 high. Even though he was making. Again, not a lot of points. But hey, I can't talk. I'm in the basement over here. Alright, do I want that? Nope. I'll ditch that 5. That lonely little 5. 1, 2, 3. Not bad. I'll take out the 9. I'm going to ditch those because I see a 9 up there already, and it's always a pain in the butt to work with terminals as it is. Terminals being 1s or 9s at the end of a sequence. So I am now going to throw out the East Wind because that got dropped. I'll see a Red Dragon. That's probably going to be next on my list for getting rid of. Ah, Khan! So, now I have to stop and explain Khan. Khan is basically a foursome, and it's creating a meld of 4 if you have all 4 of one tile. You can steal to make a Khan, or you can declare a Khan if you get dealt to you. So for this case, Nohara on the left declared a concealed con because they got the 4 wests dealt to them. So what that means is those 4 are put aside, and because you now have a meld of 4, you get an extra tile to work with, because you have to have, workable tiles enough to make melds in a pair for the rest of them. Also, because Nohara declared con, you'll notice a second Dora tile has flipped over in the dead wall, so that's a 5, the circle there. Now, both of those are Dora, potentially. So, because Nohara declared a concealed con, that means that Nohara's hand is technically still concealed, so they don't have to worry about stealing as a penalty. As for me, I have an option to steal right now, and I'm not taking it. I probably should be taking these options more often, but I'm a coward. Ditch that. I'm gonna ditch that red dragon too. Hey, a 9. Like a 9 I just tossed. 4, it's really not gonna do any good, but neither are red dragons. Hey, another 4. Ah, that wasn't so bad. That's an option. Let's see here. Should I just get rid of the south wind because there's already another one up there, and that's unlikely to get the last one? Or should I go for the 2s? I don't see a 3. I don't see any 3s of circles or 6s of circles out there. See, that's another thing. Late in the hand, if you don't see any of a particular type of tile, then it's a good chance that one of the players has them all. So I'm gonna get rid of the 1. I'm doing that. So 9. Yeah. Oh, there's that last south. The wind isn't going to do me any good. Wind is only worth if you match your seat wind, so that's a W next to my name, or if it matches the prevailing wind in the center there. So a south is neither a west nor an east, so not going to steal, and I'm going to start ditching these souths. Another cruddy hand, courtesy of this Mahjong table that is really not working well for me. Nope, 8s aren't going to do me any good. The other 2 8s are already out there. That's not so bad. Now I have 2 4s and a 5. The south here. Another dragon. Starting to run low on tiles here. There's that other south. These draws are garbage, I agree. We're getting pretty late. I think it's time to start stealing. And we'll declare on the 6, 7, 8. Notice I can declare in multiple possible sections here. So I'm going to take the 6, 7, 8 here. And ditch that other east. I am not going to steal that because that's not really going to do me any good. So now we have a 4, 5, 6, a pair, and I am going to throw out this 4. And hit sumo, and nothing I could have done about that, so not a bad sumo, because he was the one who declared the con. And he gets an extra Han for the last draw. Go figure. Amazing. We got one more hand to go, I think. Yeah, one more hand to go, I believe, on this round. So, 1 dragon of each, which does me no good at all. These easts are not the Dora Indicator, because the Dora Indicator is south, so Dora is west, because it goes in a clockwise direction. So east won't do me any special good, except for the fact that it's prevailing wind. So maybe I'll hang on to him anyways. I have a 2 of circles. Doesn't really speak to me much, but I think I'll get rid of the green dragon, since Nohara did as well. 8 of bamboo, yeah. Well, geez, I don't know. 9 characters? Here's my amateur self, taking front and center here. Get rid of the white dragon. Oh, I have a 2, 3, 4, and a 5 now. I mean, that's one chi going 2 possible ways, so that's not bad. Let's get rid of the 2. South. Nah, it's not gonna do me any good. One's on the dead wall, and another one has started. Oh, two, like the one I just got rid of. Oh, third east, that's not bad. Let us toss the these bamboo here that are kind of cluttering up. Again, having terminals can be worth more, depending, but it's really hard to score off them. Let's get rid of that red dragon, yes. Well, now we know who's looking for the red dragons. Not that I care. I'm a cheat. I'm not going to cheat on that one. I'm going to get rid of this 2 now. Wow. Steel fanatic over here. Pass. I'm not going to pass. It's just, the offers are flying up and down here. Oh, I'm so glad for you. I don't think another 4 is going to come up, so we'll ditch that 4. What do I know? I'm just having a really bad day here. Well, it's a prevailing wind, so it might work. So let's take it, and we're going to get rid of the 5. And then just hope a 2 or a 5 shows up of bamboo. Oh, there it is. So there's that 2, and now I can steal that for Ron. So finally, I get a win. Thank God. I was at least able to show you guys at least one win, and a nice cool cutscene for winning. And all I got was the East, which was prevailing wind, and 1,000 points. It's next to nothing, and we're done, and I lost everything, including the shirt off my back. But I was at least able to show you guys some Mahjong, and actually what I'm going to do next is just show you some of the quick rules. I didn't mess with the rules, so I'm going to quick show you guys that before we adjourn for the day.
楽しかったです。麻雀打ちませんか？参加する。
So again, taking my 25,000, you are totally just taking yen hand over fist here. Now let's go to change rules. So from up top here is settings, changing the game between full or half game. In past games, it was listed as quarter game and half game. So this is actually a lie. A quarter game is one go around with East, that's prevailing wind. A full game of Mahjong has multiple going around, where your seat winds rotate and the prevailing wind also rotates. If I chose to play a full game, that's technically a half game, so we'd be playing East as a prevailing wind and then South as a prevailing wind, and that was it. So the shortest games are half games. Kwitan is the rule by which... So Kwitan is a rule where you can go out on a hand of simples, basically. I usually keep it on because it leaves you more chance to go out. 2 Han minimum, on or off. This basically requires you to get at least 2 Han or 1 Han with a closed hand to go out. Red Dora, on or off, so that basically replaces 5s with red ones that'll work extra Dora. So that's basically, it's really simple rules. Basically you just want to try to keep it so you get the best stuff possible. So that is all I really had to explain to you guys. I hope you enjoyed watching me fail hard at Mahjong. I know I had fun. So hopefully your luck will be better than mine, but I hope that gives you guys a showing of what a game can look like and what some of the basic strategies are to go through. So thanks very much, and I hope you guys have fun.